Alright, so today's video we take this old 1998 Land Cruiser from this to now being fully registered on the road and ready to go. Now watch as you guys see us, we get stranded on the side of the road when we first picked this thing up. This thing is absolutely disgusting. It had deer blood in the back. The gearbox was blown up. Any more issues? So just sit back and enjoy and let's get to it. Alright, so we're stranded on the side of the road. Stuck on the side of the road, picked up this little gem. Now this is so we can tow the caravan properly because it's got a lot heavier rating than the 60 series. I am going to keep the 60, but we're getting rid of the VY Commodore that we've got. So this thing's going to take its spot. Got it dirt cheap, 2.5 grand. It's got gearbox issues. The guy said he could get it home, sort of thing. And anyway, we've attempted it and it's overheated, the trans, so that's all right. We did know that at the start. It's pretty rough inside. I've just locked it up, but needs a really good clean. I'll show you guys when we get home here, but hey, we don't normally do car videos, but hey, why not? May as well share the journey. So it's the next day here. We got this thing home and just taking another look over it. Now, just looking in the interior, this thing needs a really good clean up and I don't like stuff dirty. So we're going to pull the seats out, pull everything that we can out, sort of wash it, give it a good wipe down as best as we can. Going to fix this seat up and put some seat covers on it for now because that'll sort of fix that. I don't think I like the leather anyway, so put a cover on it. So take a really good look at the before because it's going to look a lot different after. And in the back here, we've got some really dirty carpet that we're going to have to take care of. Sorry if you guys have a weak stomach. Hey, we found some money. And in here, oh, it gets worse. That's the deer blood apparently. That's no, God, foul. Please, no! So that's all got to get cleaned up. The 2000s pop hits, only the best. Alright, so we managed to get all the window tint off fairly easily, and I gotta say it looks so much better, especially that back one where someone peeled all the stuff off that first coating, so it looks better. And we even got the rear demister all done, so the glass has got a little scratch in it up the top there. Hopefully I don't get picked that on roadworthy, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, it looks so much better, so I'm just going to go through and clean the interior. I'll do a couple of before and after shots. After. We're going to see if we can do a better job at hand stitching than the last owner did, just to get these by with some seat covers on top. Alright, so we got all the remaining plastics cleaned up. They look really good. And we've got this seat fully fixed. It looks kind of like a Frankenstein a bit, but it'll support. It shouldn't tear out and it should work out alright. I've put a little bit of black in here just to cover that hole up. And we've done this seat over here too. And I kind of wish I did this method throughout the whole area because now we've got a raised section. But anyway, you sort of learn these sort of things. So we've got the carpet put back in. We can chuck the rear seats in now, and then we can chuck in the center console and these front seats. We'll get the canvas covers on and make this thing look really good. And to match the canvas covers, I just went and picked up these rear seats that have hardly been used for $100. I couldn't say no. They are grey, but they'll match our covers anyway. So they'll be going in the back as the third row seats. Here are the canvas seat covers we're going to be putting on. And as you can see, this colour is going to match those third row seats quite well. I don't know how that worked out, but it did. All right, so we got the interior fully fitted back into this thing. I've left some trims off because we're going to run some cables. But just take a look at how good this interior looks now. It's amazing. This has only taken about a week's worth of work. Console's in, looking nice and clean. I've got to get the hot glue off the front there, but I'll tackle that later. In the back, it's looking just as good. Everything's all tidied up, ready to go. And in the back here, we also have the third row seats fitted. That's completely transformed it. The only thing we're missing is the mounts in the floor. I'll have to get those and sort that out. And we have to recarpet in the back here. Center of attention is his cable tie. We've just grabbed a new handle, so let's throw that on. So to replace this door trim, we're gonna get it off. So first quick look, someone's been in here for sure, because none of this was stuck on. And we're missing the enclosure for the little interior light down the bottom when you open up the door. Anyway, can't do much about that. Here's the door handle. We'll whip that off, replace it, and take that yellow clip off in the corner, and that should all come out. We've got all the interior put back together. Righto, so onto the back end, I'm going to heat up this rear bumper with the heat gun and try and get it looking a little bit more black. Look at that for a comparison. So much better. Alright, so the other night we went and picked up this automatic transmission for the Cruiser. This was a whopping $200. These things are like $900, questionable condition. This was pulled out because of an LS conversion, so hopefully it's all good. But we're going to get this thing cleaned up. And then the next night, more stuff popped up on Marketplace. I couldn't resist. $30 for a rear brake light and these rear anchor points. And then I grabbed some tailgate straps because ours decided to break just before I was about to leave to go pick up the parts, which was really lucky. The guy had one that was getting the back cut off it made into a ute, so he had all that stuff for sale. Oh yeah, we also picked up the rear washer as well, so that's all going to go on, but we do have to do a little bit of panel work because it's been sort of dinged into the back of this. So we'll clean up this gearbox, then we'll jump onto that. Righto, so we've got the big beast moved in here and it's gearbox time, so we're going to rip this one out and put it back in. I won't show too much detail, it's not really a how-to, it's just more so progress. So we've got to disconnect the battery, get this thing up on stands and start whipping out everything. Alright, so we've got the old gearbox out, just going to put some new seals in and throw the new one in. Just like that, we've got the new gearbox in and transfer case back on. We're going to put on the cross member underneath and then I'm going to fill this thing up with oil. Alright, cross member's in. And starter mode is now in also, so we can fill this thing up full of fluid and see if it works. Righto, she's back on all fours and it seems to move back and forth okay. top the fluid up, so let's take it for a road test. Alright, so we're driving. This thing's good. It's got all gears. Seems to change into fourth very nicely. I did adjust that. But yeah, it's got a lot of clunks underneath and a lot of noises because of the warm out bushes, and we have a lot more to do. But initial road test, it's really good to have this thing going, and for $200 for a transmission, can't really go wrong with it. We're out here cutting some marine carpet up for the back of this. Chuck it in, and then we're going to put a little bit over the tailgate for now until I can get some steel to cover that. Let's do it. Get the back all finished up, looking pretty good, and we're moving on to the tailgate. Got that here. We're going to glue that down, and hopefully that'll stick pretty good. There you have it. Looks so much better. Alright, so we got the guard fixed on this one. It doesn't rub anymore. Got all the wiring tidied up inside. I've got the lower dash panel put back together. We've got all the wood grain stuck back on that center trim. All the gas cabling's been removed. I've tidied up all the starter motor down there, put a boot on the starter, and I've tidied up all the coil pack wires as well. Put a few bolts in all the missing headlights and stuff like that. We do have to order a new indicator, but now it's time to wash all this grease off and make this thing look shiny. So now I want to dry it all off and put it back on its wheels. I've used this thing more at the shed than I have for leaf blowing. I'll grab a couple of befores. Okay, so jump past about maybe another month's time probably. So this thing, we've done a lot of work to it. I'll quickly run through some stuff. In the engine bay, we've fitted a new fan shroud, we've fitted a new air box, genuine air filter. We've given the engine a service with genuine parts, some castor oil as well, and there's that fan shroud all fitted up. We've fitted up 2 new pulleys up the front. I've painted up this battery box area because that was all worn through. We've deleted the winch, gotten rid of that for now. I'm probably going to fix that thing up. I was going to sell it, but I think I'll keep it now. So we've done that, and we've fitted a new indicator on this side. Fits quite rough, but we've got that to work anyway. Got some new lights on the front bull bar as well that work out quite well. We've sorted all the gargle nut clips out too. Fitted extractor gaskets and a new center gasket down underneath. We've welded up the 2 pinholes underneath on the exhaust and fitted a new exhaust rubber. Also underneath here, we've also worked with what we've had. We've fixed the exhaust mount underneath, fitted a new rubber under there too, so that's all working. There'd be more that I've forgotten about, I just can't remember. But anyway, this thing's looking really good, and it actually went for roadworthy last Friday, and now it's Monday. And this thing nearly passed. It needs a windscreen, a front uni joint, and some wiper blades, and that's it. We got the front drive shaft out of the Cruiser. We're going to change out these uni joints with these brand spankers. Both unis installed. finally registered. So as of this afternoon, we've got rego on this thing, and now it is insured and it's all safe, ready to go. I can't begin to describe how relieved I am that we can just hit the key and drive this thing. To think 4 months ago, it was sitting in a small workshop car park at the back. It had flat tires, gearbox is basically blown up. All right, so here is a bit of a price breakdown we've got of this thing. So here's just a bit of a detailing cost, a little bit of the gearbox cost, and a total of... So this thing was super cheap. We're really not much into it, and you can pick these things up for, I think there's nothing under 10 grand, so we're pretty damn stoked with that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. If you have, definitely smash a thumbs up on it. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one.